I want to make a quick video about AI. AI, artificial intelligence, it seems to be like a hot topic and a lot of people keep talking about it. If it's talking about artificial intelligence, my version or telling of artificial intelligence is where you think that there is intelligence behind something, but really there is not. That's why it's artificial, because you are kind of creating something in your head that's not real. A lot of people have belief in religion, and I would call a lot of that, not all of it, but a lot of it, artificial intelligence, because it's an intelligence that's just not actually intelligent. I wouldn't consider it just to be a man-made thing, but it's more of a mind-made thing. The angel of I've changed some of the names, or not changed, but just added the Jesus, the Black Jesus. I think to say that he's like the average black guy would be very insulting, because he clearly does have some sort of bipolar or mental illness. So I guess his names could be, the average guy with mental illness or the average guy with bipolar. I thought it'd be better to be specific, just because he has actually been diagnosed with bipolar, but it might actually also be better to be general. But then again, if it is general, then his condition might end up being worse than it actually is, because the severity of mental illness in this world is just massive. Like, people have no clue how mentally ill a lot of people are. People who worship God the Father are actually worshipping Satan. There's good and bad to everything. And there's nothing wrong with worshipping God the Father. But there is, because people are mistaking God the Father for God, and they'll read whatever they want. They'll think that there's intelligence behind nothing, and so they keep creating some sort of artificial intelligence. And I feel like God the Father can be an example of artificial. Sometimes it's real. There's some real people that make intelligent decisions and stuff, but there is a lot of artificial intelligence. So that's how I would describe artificial intelligence, not something that's actual intelligence. So there's AI. There should be AI. There should be two versions of AI. You've got the AI, which is code for actual intelligence, and the AI, which is code for artificial intelligence. I think the AI, as in the actual intelligence, or Anna's intelligence, is probably quite scary, because it's so intelligent. That's why I feel quite scared of Katy Perry, because in the first 3 years, when I was going through the worst of my tribulation, I still supported her. I was listening to her songs, I was connecting with them, I was feeling like, wow, she seems so intelligent, and I definitely support intelligence. I didn't know she was the angel. I didn't know I was going to end up calling her the God, the intelligent side of God, but I definitely saw the intelligence in that, and yeah, I absolutely loved it. And then the more I thought about it, the more I realized, actually, that's not an accurate message. That's not an accurate message. That's not an accurate message, and that's not. And it just had the same repeat. And then so that's how kind of artificial intelligence becomes real intelligence, actual intelligence, because it's a repetitive theme that's the same, and it's almost like something with actual intelligence has actually done that. And But yeah, and so I think the Black Jesus, it'd be lovely if there was just a black, normal, sane Jesus. But technically, white and black people are the same, and you shouldn't need to have a Black Jesus for people to know how to be. Justin Bieber is good and bad, and I do really like him, definitely. But he has had some problems in the past, I guess. But yeah, mental illness problems are far worse. But I feel like he represents Kanye West represents just people with mental illness, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. So I wouldn't want people to see him just as the average black guy, but rather the average black guy with mental conditions. But then again, a lot of there are a lot of people with mental conditions who would think that race is more important than what a person is actually like inside, and those are probably more people that it is a form of mental illness. To think that you should only you should only learn from people of your own color. That is part of a mental illness, believing that you should only listen to your own color and it doesn't matter about other colors and stuff. And there's so much mental illness that's sort of not even recognized here, I feel like. And yeah, and with the angel of music industry, I would say that's artificial intelligence, because you can listen to these songs, you can believe someone's talking to you through these songs. With in my case, it is actual intelligence, because I can listen to a song and I can listen to another song and I can see the connection between the two and see how, oh yeah, like with the Barbie doll. I'm a Barbie girl. I always thought it was strange how she always had brown hair. It was like, the song, it actually says I'm a blonde bimbo girl, so why did she not dye her hair to look like a blonde person? It didn't make sense why she had brown hair. And then now I've put it on the page with underneath Katy Perry's one. It's like, oh well, that's why, because she's not representing a Barbie doll, she's actually representing the angel of intelligence, dressing up as a Barbie doll, hence why she's got the darker colored hair, because that's mostly what Katy Perry has. So I feel like there's actual intelligence behind that. But the artificial, sometimes there's artificial intelligence because you can mistake something for actual intelligence. I really wanted to believe that Martin was a god too, and that the reason why he was ignoring me at the beginning was because of him being a god too, and him having knowledge that I don't. And so I kind of was listening to a lot of boy bands and kept believing that he was talking to me through these songs, and it actually felt like real intelligence, like real, all the songs that I was listening to in this list that I found, that I typed in Martin and I found a big long list of songs, and I was listening to every single one. I went through the song words and song lyrics and all the songs, and every single one of them seemed to connect with the conversation that I was having with Martin. So on one hand, I felt like there was actual intelligence in it, like someone had deliberately put this list and deliberately made all these songs linked to things that I was seeing or things that happened between me and Martin. So that was actual intelligence. But then I feel like I went a step further by listening to all the boy bands and thinking that that was also actual intelligence, when I think really it was just boy bands, I don't know, singing songs about love because that's what sells. So there is actual intelligence in it, but there's also artificial intelligence, and the artificial is where you just make up something to believe that something is intelligent when really it's probably done. Like there's loads of things that I could say, and it actually have intelligence, and there's some things that don't. Like I can say that I prefer I prefer Harry to Justin, and you could read into that. I mean, because it's the truth, but it might have been. I haven't got a very good memory, and I might not be saying things. Actually, that might not be actual intelligence, because it might just be me not really knowing either of them and just trying to come up with something that I think is true, but it's not. It doesn't have actual intelligence in it, because I don't actually know Harry or Justin Bieber. So, so I think I just wanted to point that out. And my hair looks an absolute mess. It looks really bad today. Why? And what else did I want to say? I think that's it.